Hey, good afternoon. This is the video update from the Monday, January 26th council meeting. It's been a while since I've seen you. I missed one there a while back. I had a kid and I haven't got any sleep since, and away we go. So all his life is grand. I'm just going to wheel through most of this stuff fairly quickly because I want to spend a little bit of time on capital budgets, operating budgets, and start to have the conversation on property tax increases. So the first one, there's a couple of delegations came. The first one was from Community Futures. Highwood and Judy McMillan Evans and John Lockhart just came and gave us an update as to what's been going on over the last year and the training programs they've done with businesses and how many business, etc. What's been happening with that. So there's a few success stories on it, and it's very good to see. Community Futures does very good work in our community, and can't thank those guys enough for everything that they do. The second one that came to us was Mr. Al Brander from the High River Christian Reformed Church. The church, if people remember last year, we did a rezoning with the church on McLeod Trail there to Public Service District, and that was in order so that they could put an electronic sign. Whenever you do a rezoning of your property, there's certain fees that the town charges for administration purposes. It takes staff to go through these and all the other things that it costs money to do this. But the church just came back and just asked for forgiveness on this. And honestly, it was defeated 7-0 to defeat this. The reason being, regardless of whether you are a church or any other business in town, you are a business and there are fees associated with running those businesses. And when you have to get these adjustments done to your property, to do it, it costs money. And it's got to be fair across the board. So the motion was defeated, and they understood that. Getting into a few bylaws that we dealt with. The first one was a land use amendment from CN, commercial neighborhood, to R3. This is a piece of property out in the Eagle View area, right in front of that new Coal Trail Plaza. What the developers wanted to do is, it was supposed to remain R3 and have all these amenities too, or it was supposed to remain commercial and have a couple of commercial shops there built on that piece of property. He no longer wanted to do that because he said there's commercial going across the street, doesn't need it, and he wants to do more apartments in there, which the apartment buildings would be going into the parking lot that's there. Council was unanimous that we did not like this at all, with just trying to jam more apartment buildings in a space that wouldn't fit. My own opinion, it had looked like crap as well. So we defeated that. Did not like it at all. The second one was an addition of equipment service center. This is on the east end of town. This is just a housekeeping thing, that this equipment service center was not a discretionary use in that zoning where all those properties were selling farm equipment. So it was just a miss, and for a new business to get going out there, we just wanted to get this cleaned up. So that's all it was, not a big deal at all. The next one that we did was first reading on a triplex going in at 104 6th Avenue Southeast. This is a site-specific amendment to this, so we gave it first reading, passed that, and then asked administration to proceed with the public hearing that'll take place on February 9th at 3 p.m. if anybody's interested in attending. Next bylaw we went through is our borrowing bylaw, and this one, normal borrowing bylaw is around that $3-4 million. This year we've gone to $8 million on this borrowing bylaw. The only reason why we have it that high is because of the number of projects that we have going, still rebuilding, downtown being the biggest one. We have to have money available so that we can quickly continue to proceed. This is only a safety piece to keep things going. Government of Alberta has been extremely good in making sure we've got our money when we need it to pay contractors and continue on with this rebuild. But with everything going on in 2015, we just wanted to make sure that we had that we were covered. Community recovery poll. That was the Malatest recovery poll that many of us took part in. I'm not going to get into the details at all because it's quite an extensive document, and it is available on the town website at highriver.ca. Next one was the municipal designation of 2 properties. These are both on 8th Street Southwest. One is Amos Garrett's property, and the other one is actually pretty much just right across the street, W.O. Mitchell House that Leslie Lambert owns. So they just came to us, and we moved those 2 through to the next stage anyway. So that's really good to see that we get those designations on these heritage properties. 2014 property tax forgiveness is batch number 3 that we went through. Again, I'm going to stress that the 2014 property tax forgiveness program is in play, and if you were not in your home for all of or a portion of 2014, please contact the town because you are eligible for these property tax forgivenesses. So this batch number 3, $59,013.52 was of course approved by council. The next one was the CDAC committee came to us. There's $327,000 left in that CDAC, or left in the High River Flood Relief Fund that people donated directly to High River that the CDAC committee has been managing. This is the 3rd round grant recommendations, and it's a fairly simple one that they've proposed to us, which is how to leverage as much money as possible out of that $327,000 with Canadian Red Cross. There's a lot of discussion that went around, you know, best practices and everything with that. We passed it in the recommendations, but since then there's been a lot of concern as to are we doing the right thing and is this really getting the money that is supposed to go into people's hands? Are we doing that the best way possible? Personally, I think there's a few things in there that we can do better. And there'll be more discussion on that. I'm just going to leave it at that because it's a foggy area right now. Okay, the last thing I'm going to touch on is the speaker series that we've got going on for the businesses, and not just businesses, anybody can attend these. The first speaker is Frank O'Day, who is a very interesting rags to riches story. Never heard of the guy before this. When they brought it to us, I looked into it a little bit more and said, absolutely, this is a story that I think people in High River can resonate with. He's the entrepreneur that started from nothing and built up to the Second Cup coffee shop chain. So I'm really interested in that story. The other one is Max Valiquette. He's a marketing guru. He's going to be talking about multi-generational workspaces, meaning workspaces that have or employees from 20 years old to 60 years old, those kinds of things, and how to manage that kind of stuff. This is happening Wednesday, March 25th at the Highwood Golf and Country Club. Early bird tickets on sale, $75 up until February 16th. After February 16th, they're $100. So I love this kind of stuff, so please attend. It's good stuff for any entrepreneur or any business to listen to somebody else's story. So thanks.